All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the Run It Back podcast, episode 4 now, right? We're a month in, technically, which is exciting. Clap it up for 1 month of Super Smash Bro podcast. Really happy with all the support. One thing I've forgone is that no one has been subscribing to us. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to be really sad. Like and subscribe and comment. We like when you comment. So we're going to try to glaze as many people as we can so that you comment on our video. But anyways, today we have a very, very special guest. The TO of Westtown Brawl herself, Black Tiger, a.k.a. Anna, a.k.a. the GOAT.
The snake.
guys.
Welcome to the podcast. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Beautiful Sunday morning. It's a little cold. It's a little snowy outside, but otherwise, yeah, I'm chilling.
Would there ever be like a time that you would cancel Westtown Brawl for snow?
I mean, there definitely would be. I don't think it's happened so far, but like, I don't know. If I can't make it there, then no one's making it there. I guess that's my litmus test.
That's a fair point. Yeah, definitely. It's like school. Like that's what I see Western Brawl as, is like school. Like I show up to school and sometimes I'm happy to be there. Sometimes I'm miserable.
Yeah, these things will happen.
It's a coin flip.
I would love school if Black Tiger was teacher and
Yeah,
homework was Mario Snake matchup.
Nobody wants me as a teacher. That's a terrible idea.
For those who don't know, you are at University of Wisconsin-Madison now. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. This is my second semester there. I transferred there last semester. So yeah, I'm working on a computer science degree, and that's going well too. I'm having a lot of fun.
Definitely. I mean, now you get to join the collegiate brackets and make other people really happy to play against you.
Absolutely. I know Amorgos loves to see me there. He loves to see me coming.
That reminds me, Teddy, when we played what was that? And Ryan too, when we played that one college that had just like Onin and like
MSU. Yeah, it was the esports thing in MSU. Yeah, they had like a top 100 player and then all PR for the rest of their team. It was a little tough.
There's something in my head that disconnects where it's like, if you're that good at Smash, should you really get an education? It's not adding up in my head, but maybe I'm just salty.
Mazen, children watch this podcast. Young impressionable.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
Well, that's great advice for them.
No,
kids, don't go to college. Just practice nil combos with Steve, and
I didn't know if I could be on this podcast. I didn't know if I could endorse these.
Anyways, so Anna, we have a docket of interview questions for you, and one of them is something that's been burning in my head, and I need you to answer this truthfully, and for the people as well. Who is Andy?
Well, to start, we're not related, so we can get that one out of the way immediately.
I wouldn't have said that. You're clarifying that for other people?
For the people, right?
Okay.
Actually, Ichigo was the first person to ask me and Andy, and a third from New Jersey, if we were all related. Which is crazy because like Ichigo is like one of 3 other Asian people in the States, so like I would not expect that from him. But
friendly fire.
No, Andy, he's just a friend from Bridgewater, New Jersey. That's where we both grew up. We went to the same high school. We were in the same grade, and we spent a lot of time together. We also went to the same college to begin with, Rutgers University, and yeah, he moved out here probably 5-6 years ago, and yeah, I followed him.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah!
So
when you were little kids, did you bully him?
Oh, this is a little embarrassing, and I'm probably not gonna tell the whole thing, but my first interaction with Andrew Lee was what we call the Mountain Dew incident, which involved middle school Black Tiger, middle school Andy, and a bottle of Mountain Dew that was kicked around an amusement park. if you ever get Andy on here, I'm sure he'll have a much different story. But I was,
Mhm.
I was a kid. I was dumb. I was stupid. I was kicking around a bottle of Mountain Dew, and somehow Andy managed to get yelled at for it, which was an excellent way to start, any friendship.
No, that's the vibes I get. Like when seating is bad, everyone just yells at Andy, and you're sitting there maniacally laughing.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
true.
that never happens. No one yells at Andy.
That's true. Everyone loves Andy.
He's great.
The scene wouldn't be the same without him.
What is the did he used to play and enter stuff? Like what is his
Yeah.
relationship with Ultimate?
So he used to back in Smash 4. We were we spent a lot of time in college together. It was me, him, and a third friend named Christian Grau. The best fox in the tri-state area. Incredible guy. And yeah, we all just played Smash Bros a lot. I think he liked it a bit less than us, or not that he liked it a bit less than us. He just hated losing a lot more than we did. And Smash 4 is just a complete mess. You can't really expect anything from it. He used to play Rosalina a lot. That was his main back in Smash 4, and he was a big fan of the Buzz. And he has one of those like the Buzz Rosalina shirts. That's actually pretty cute.
He gotta pull off that fit at this upcoming West Town Brawl. I need to see that. I need to see the fit.
Rosalina shirt, cargo
Yeah.
pants. I'll pass on the message.
That was one of my questions. Is you started in Smash 4, right? So and you played Ganon, correct?
Yeah. So Ganon was my first real main. There was a period of time before that, where I played Captain Falcon because he was funny, and a time even before that where I played Toon Link, which was my main in Brawl, so to speak. Main, uh, you know, playing against level 7 CPUs with all the explosive items on high. But yeah, Ganondorf was my first main in that game. I have a controller with Ganondorf on it, Smash for Ganondorf, and I like to think that I carry the spirit of him with me, even as I play Snake.
I see the Ganondorf up smash in neutral, and Snake up tilt in neutral.
It's pretty much the same move, right? Ganondorf's is probably a little better, honestly. But
I forgot about that when he would just go ha ha and then like up smash you twice. Juju Man used to do that to me every day.
no, it was an excellent move. I miss him. Like he was like awful. He was terrible. I did drop him eventually for Mario, but Christ was he was fun.
Yup. That's the best character.
You didn't even play Mario in 4, right?
Me?
Do you play Mario in 4?
Yeah, dude. I'm a believer. You know, fun fact, when Ultimate first came out, I vividly remember we were on the way home from the store, me and Jujuman, and we were on the handheld Switch, and I booted it up. Like there's 5 characters or whatever, the original whatever cast. And I picked Mario and he picked I forget who, like Donkey Kong or something.
Oh,
And I was just getting washed. Like it wasn't close. Like I did like a down throw up tilt because that's what he could do in Smash 4.
Yeah.
So I went for the down throw up tilt in Ultimate day 1 and it just whiffed.
Yeah.
I crashed out. I was like, he sucks, he's terrible, they nerfed him, like why'd they do this? And I didn't pick up Mario again for like maybe a year and a half or 2 years. And then after COVID, I was like, man, this game sucks. Like, let me just go back to what I love. And I watched Kurama go on that run at Ludwig Invitational.
Iconic,
like, okay.
generational.
I was like, yeah, like I want to do that. And then I got back into it. But I'm happy that you were a fellow Mario enjoyer in Smash 4. He was kind of cool.
I was gonna play Roy in 4.
Roy was so much
Roy
fun.
in Ultimate because I played Marth in 4, and then on day 1 I did the same kind of thing where like you know how you could jab and then like
Oh my
smash
god,
with Marth in 4.
that.
I wanted to do that, and I wanted follow-ups off my jab. And like day 1, like I was like, Marth can't do it. Like he sucks now. Because I vividly remember when they did they show that you can do any action like out of a run, like where you would just in 4 you get dash attack, but now you can like tilt and all that. So I was like, oh man, Marth's gonna be so good because he can just like run in and then jab and follow up. But then he couldn't do it in Ultimate, and then Roy could get stuff off of his jab. So then I thought I was gonna play Roy for a bit, but
Yeah. Now I know
No
why
way.
you
We could have
didn't
lived in
get
such a
along.
good timeline, dude. We could have lived in such a good timeline.
Oh my god, dude.
Stuff.
Look,
I thought I was gonna play
so
Cloud at the beginning of Ultimate. I was like, this guy was broken in the last game, but I was so new. It was my very first competitive game, period. Like I really didn't play really multiplayer games. It was a friend that got me into it in undergrad. So I was so new. I was just like, I can't figure out when to charge limit. I need an easier character. So I switched to Ike.
Huh?
Ike was dude. Nair up air Ike is one of my favorite characters of all time. I think he's so silly. He was literally one kill confirm, and that was the entire cast.
It's
It's just
entire-
funny
killed
for
it.
me to hear like the Teddy of today being like, if he DIs in on the jab,
Yeah.
read air dodge side B, and you didn't know when to charge limit.
I'm
thought
just
it was
like, it's
too
too
hard.
complicated. It's too complicated. Do I just run away from them and charge limit? That seems silly. Why would you run away from your opponent?
Well, true, actually, I agree with that. I'll never forget after one of the like ladders, I think it was like a year ago or something. Me and you had a set, Anna, and I was like really keeping tempo. I was like going crazy. I remember you were like nodding after some of the stocks, and then you just like destroyed me in like the next game after I won one. And then you turned to me and you went, you like don't have to always hold the control stick in, right?
You don't have to.
I was like, damn, like that changed my life. Like,
Yeah. Also, it might have honestly been the same tournament, but we played Anna, you and I. It was like a game 3 set, and then right afterwards, you looked at me and you said, "You gotta camp me more."
thank you for giving the same advice. I thought it was special, but
Oh, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that separates like a mid-level player from a top-level player. It's just like that patience to just like sit back and really just wait. You have 7 minutes. Gotta use them.
Neutral's scary, bro. I'm gonna
mhm.
get dash attacked. I'm gonna get run up tilted.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's easy for you to say because when you want to stop
Oh,
waiting, you can just
yeah.
run
Wait,
up.
hold on.
You can just run up dash attack, go through the shield, and then all of a sudden you have advantage. Like,
If you need to pause the game, you just pull the B button a few times.
He needs it. He needs it. What can I say? He needs it. Hardworking mid-tier.
well, what was it like going from like a bad player to a good player?
That's crazy.
Oh, that's hard. But frankly, I couldn't tell you when I stopped being a bad player and became a good player. I feel like every time I get better, I feel like, oh wow, I was bad before, but like
When was your first PR season?
my first PR season was I think 2 or 3 seasons ago. It was quite recently. I'm not sure. It's the one that doesn't have a graphic out yet, and at this point I'm doubting it ever will. So if you want to figure out which one, if you just go look at all the graphics, it's the one that's missing. Um, no, it was a good season, and I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, when I was like in my early 20s, I would be a lot more concerned about being good, being PR'd, having like clout and all these things, and like I don't know. It's hard to care about these things as much as before, right? Like I'm happy that I'm good at this game. I'm happy that I can go to any event in the state and expect to do reasonably well. But yeah, I kind of just like playing the game. I just love playing the game, and everything else just kind of follows from that.
Mhm. What was the first like when you got where you were like, damn, like I'm kind of like that person?
Oh goodness. That's gotta be hard. It's probably something in Smash 4 back at Rutgers. I probably up smashed somebody and up smashed somebody with Ganondorf at 60 and killed them. I remember taking a win off. There was this guy, Bowen, Good Boy we used to call him. He was really good, and I think I up smashed his Sheik at like 60 because he jumped into it for some reason, and I felt real good about that. Um,
Mhm.
but at this point, I don't really get that anymore, right? It's like I go into every match, kind of like thinking, yeah, I can do it. I can win. I can do it. Um, that's good.
That's a good mentality. I mean, like being able to just have confidence, and that's like what people know you for. I feel like is you're playing against this like demon who just looks. You know that thing you do before every set where you go like this. It's like it
that
reminds
is
me
an
of that.
iconic.
There's a clip of actually let me pull it up. It's a basketball clip of Kobe Bryant staring down or like on being unfazed or something.
Oh my god, we got to cut this out. Ubergronk.
No. Bear with
Ubergronk.
me. Bear with me. It's like basically it's a clip of Kobe Bryant. Like there's this dude who's like beefing with him, and he's like unfazed because the dude tries to like ball fake into his like face, and he just like is standing there staring at him. That's what you do before every set. You just stare at them, and like I'll be like doing like, okay, like should I ban PS2? And I like in the corner of my vision I just see like, I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? It's like you're trying to kill me.
No.
But I don't know. I mean, Teddy, you played Ana a lot. At
We
club
do.
nowadays.
We do.
Like
Yeah.
what? Tell me about that. Like that feeling.
I think it's really
scared.
fun playing Ana. I think it's super cool. I think that she's one of the people that like playing against her is like a social experiment, kind of. It's like you're in a study
That's
or
supposed
something.
to mean.
I
I
100%
don't know.
agree.
I feel like every time playing neutral or even just like in out of the game, in between games and stuff, she's like, I wonder what he's gonna do now. And she's just kind of like sitting there looking at you, which is good. I think it's fun. A lot of people just like I personally super guilty of this. I'm playing Smash Ultimate like I'm a speedrunner. Like I don't care what my opponent's doing. I'm just trying to get my jab F smash. I'm just trying to get like back air on ledge jump. Like I don't adapt. That's for people who are good at the game. And I don't need to worry about any of that kind of stuff. But I think Ana's the opposite, where she's all about the like actually changing up what she's doing and all that, and playing more than punish game, which is very cool. And also I think not a very Madison thing. I think as a scene, Madison is the punish game central of the state. Although I guess you have in Whitewater you get a lot of the like Fatalis and Galleon, Gray and Aaron, but ignoring like at the tippy top like PR level, I think that Madison I think is the punish game center with Mario, me, even some of the people who are maybe less consistent in bracket but still really push their advantage state a lot. Milwaukee I think does a lot really in neutral, and then Norsen, you guys are there too. But
Every episode, you just throw a stray to Norsen. He's right there. He's sitting right there.
I'm not saying a word.
I'm trying to get a reaction. I love you, Norsen. I love you, Norsen. Oath and CRB, amazing guys, and then even the rest of the scene, projectile dysfunction, Sylvie.
Oh, you have two good people, and then like
Yeah.
even the rest, like even like the
Yeah.
rest of you guys.
No, the guys are cool. It's one of my favorite moments was doing I don't know, squad strike friendlies with Sylvia at an Invincible. It was the first time we met. I was like, damn, you're good at this video game. This is a really
He
good
was like, I love rap, like Kendrick Lamar, Eminem.
No. No, dude. Not when I have the Kendrick album up in my room right now, dude. I can't. We can't be seen like this.
I'm actually a big rap guy.
I don't want. Oh no.
What you were saying reminded me of this tier list I made. Of I didn't actually have a name for it. I just posted it and I said unordered. And I basically here, I'll share my screen.
All right, hold on. Tapping in.
I don't know if the quality is good enough to see, but basically I was like,
I cannot read the.
Wait,
Here.
hold on. If I full screen it, no.
yeah, full screen it. And for audio listeners, who I don't think we have any, but for audio listeners, the tiers are basically I was trying to get at like how much you're thinking during the set, and what Teddy said really reminded me of the reason I put Roy and Snake in the same one.
Oh my god.
Where it says hasn't thought for a while, still thinks they're fighting another person, but forgets where that person is sometimes. And Roy was the front runner of that tier.
Oh my god.
But I don't know. You guys can discuss. What do you agree with that? I feel like you kind of just like Ana. I feel like you look at the person a lot more than other snakes, but you also just randomly start up tilting and hoping that they run into it. So I feel like that is like you kind of just forget where that person
As it
is.
turns out, up tilt's a good move. When you really think about it, it's about the risk proposition. I throw out up tilt You're not gonna punish me. I know that.
That's true.
And you're probably not running into it either. But yeah, it's non-zero chance that you do. So yeah, just take a stock right then and there. It's great.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't put you guys in the might as well be playing a single player game brainwave similar to that of a Candy Crush grandma tier.
Terrible.
That's true. That's true. Where's PT
Which-
on this? Where's PT on this?
Same tier as Mario, which I was surprised about.
Nice.
I think PT is thinking sometimes. Like when you get honestly, I shouldn't have put it there because they do the same thing with Squirtle every game, no matter what they're playing against. But I think when you're playing like Ivysaur and you're not playing against a character that Ivysaur beats, you can get really stressed. Mario, I was gonna put a tier higher, but I knew that I would get completely eviscerated by the replies. But I did just destroy Teddy in the reply. I shouldn't have even. Let me unlike his reply.
Oh
so I
my
can ratio.
god.
But yeah, he said exceptional tier names, but a criminal Roy placement. And I said the crime in question, and it's a baby running around in one of those walkers in circles. But anyways, yeah, I do believe that you guys are such smart players. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Oh, right, just like my tweet. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. It's going to his head. It's going to his
Ratioed.
head.
Anyways, there is another question I had for you, Anna, which is basically how did West Town Brawl really start? For those who don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know. West Town Brawl is the Madison local. It is kind of like the most encapsulating local of Wisconsin, I feel like, in terms of like, because I've been to a few Milwaukee locals, and I mean, I haven't really been to anything else, but to be fair, I don't see carpools going to many other places, sometimes to Milwaukee, but for Thursday Throwdown and stuff. But I feel like since I started competing, I always just see like a Milwaukee carpool to West Town Brawl, a Whitewater carpool to West Town Brawl, sometimes even like an Eau Claire or a North End carpool to West Town Brawl. And it's seriously like a success story in terms of, getting everyone together and being able to play Smash and have that like consistency. Because I think the one thing I would say about West Town Brawl is that it's consistent above anything else. So yeah, tell us about how it started. Did you get the idea for it from somewhere, from Rutgers maybe?
Um, so Western Brawl really started as kind of a necessity. I never really wanted to start a local. Not that I don't enjoy it, not that it hasn't been really fulfilling, but when I got here about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, there was nothing. We had Between Two Lakes, which was a bi-weekly that ran half the year, and we had Martin's Church Local, which ran whenever Martin felt like it.
I can't believe that kills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, that killed Go to Tournament Series.
Yeah. So if you wanted to play Smash Bros. Outside of once every 2 weeks, you had to take your ass all the way to Milwaukee. I'm just like, this is untenable. I can't do this. So yeah, I started a local because I wanted to play Smash closer to home and more consistently. And yeah, it just turned into something real nice.
I will
What,
say I
what, was,
remember. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
what was your connection to Pegasus Games? Like, did you approach them?
Yeah, Pegasus Games actually they've been great. First and foremost, they've been incredible. We wouldn't have what we have without them. But I was just walking around looking for card shops and other places that were you could reasonably run a local. Because like card shops are one of those things where historically a lot of locals are there because they usually have play space anyway. Um, so I actually went to a card shop near my current location, Noble Knight Games in Fitchburg, and they declined to host the event, but they also did give us a bunch of other names to reach out to, and Pegasus was on that list. I walked into Pegasus and I was like, "Hey, can I run a video game tournament here?" And they're like, "Yeah, why not?"
I mean, yeah, it makes sense because they are. I mean, run other like card game events too. Like
Yeah,
probably an FNM runs there, I'd imagine, or like a Monday Night Magic or something. So
yeah.
they're used to hosting events like that.
Magic on Fridays, casual Pokemon on Thursdays, D&D on Tuesdays, Flesh and Blood on no, excuse me, D&D on Wednesdays, Flesh and Blood on Tuesdays, and then Saturdays are the big anything goes games. So yeah, if you
That's
want to go,
cool.
shout out to Pegasus Games. Great store. I love them to death.
Hey, I have purchased multiple hobby items specifically from Pegasus because they're supporting Smash Scene for local.
That's great.
Yeah, I got some minifigure paints back a little while ago there.
And a lot
Good-
of what we
good
do at
place.
West Umbral is predicated on like my experiences back in New Jersey. The reason we run on Mondays, well, it's because we had time to run on Mondays, but also because like the largest weekly in New Jersey ran on Mondays. They still do, Fusion, and I used to go to that so often when I was in New Jersey. The reason why we do a top 3 picture is because this event back in New Jersey, the Break, a terrible venue, the most cramped arcade bar you could ever imagine. Um, it was a legendary event. They did the top 3 pictures, so I was like, yeah, we should do that too.
So many memes were born from that.
Well,
I
I'm
think
happy to
the-
do it.
The live
The
Eric though
start-
reaction has
Huh?
got to be
Exactly
the
what I was
top.
gonna say.
Yeah, live Eric though reaction. I have that saved. That's a reaction image for me, bro.
Oh, it's so good. Like
I have
I'm
that
glad
one
we do it,
saved.
and I'm glad that other people are doing it too, because I think there's a lot of fun to be had there.
I mean,
And
I
it's-
firmly believe that you created Derek's career because without Tom Brawl, I mean, he doesn't have a car, right? So he would just be he'd be nobody.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. I mean, like when you have a consistent place to go every week and a good pool of people to practice with, right? You're gonna get better, right? Madison is just gonna get better by nature of having that consistent place to play, consistent place to practice. So it's good. I'm really quite happy with how it is now.
Well, yeah, of course you're happy. You're a greedy TO who
A
makes
greedy TO,
hundreds of thousands of dollars from this.
True.
working on my 14th yacht.
It is interesting that Madison doesn't, and I mean, at that point, didn't really have events, and it doesn't really have smaller events, you know? Like, it's just B2L, West Town Brawl. Like, it doesn't have, like, those. Like, I think the Milwaukee area has so many smaller events popping up that have been growing, but, like, for Madison, it's just those kind of two big pillars, which is
There's-
interesting.
There's other stuff. We get like Dark Matter every so often. I think it's coming
True.
back next week after a little break. The Smash Club ladder thing will have happen, and we'll sometimes get people from Anna before she was a student. Oat will come by. So some people will come out and play. But Derek D-Money has come out a few times. I remember. So yeah, we'll see that. We'll see that from time to time. But yeah, no, I think that in terms of like the number of paid Smash brackets is not crazy high.
There
Yeah.
is, in terms of the tournaments that I went to, there is something that's like special about that community aspect that builds around like when there's a scarcity. So like when West Ham Brawl is like the only weekly in Madison, like there is like a community that you kind of like, even if you don't want to come to compete, you still want to come see everyone. And I'm sure it's the same. Ryan, you can speak to it for like Phantasm, where they're like 100,000 miles north of us, and there's the woolly mammoths roaming the streets.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, I mean, like I love like hearing the stories of like that community that shows up every week, and you get to make friends. It's in a church, right? And then even for Thursday Throwdown in the new Magic Hub, it's just such a good vibe. Like everyone's there. You see people, like a social event. Like it just feels good. I remember after Summit, everyone went down to the like bowling alley that's connected to the hub, and it's just like it feels good to be able to share community with people, and I think scarcity adds to that. So but obviously it would be nice to have like another consistent local, maybe on like, I don't know, Fridays or something. But at the same time, like knowing it's like once a week, it's consistent, it'll always be there. It's such a good like feeling of like, okay, I'm gonna come. Martin is talking about some historical event on comms while Comet is three stocking D Money and taunting him. It's just like it's a good vibe.
It is a good vibe.
Anna, do you feel that you have seen certain players grow into like people you wouldn't have expected, or sorry, players, I don't care about their personal growth, I mean, obviously I do, but I mean, like, have you seen like somebody you didn't expect, me, grow into a player that you now see as like a great player, and this has just happened while you're the parent of a local.
Um, a few names come to mind. Mazen, of course, used to be a
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolute 1-2 garbage player, but
Mhm.
now can hang with the best of us.
Uh,
Um,
definitely. Yeah.
on a more serious note, Mario is actually the person that
Mm.
comes to mind, first and foremost. I remember when I first got here, he was not having it. I remember I would just beat him every week of Snake, and he pulled out the Lucina once, and I killed him by accident. It was like something really stupid. I think I misinputted a fair, and like he got hit by it. Um, but no, Mario stands out preeminently as the person who has grown the most since I've been here. He's gone to
Mhm.
somebody where I would expect to like 1-2 most events to somebody who is taking names off the best players in the state. And even traveling to larger events. I know he's at Genesis this weekend. Um, Untitled is also somebody who I feel like has gotten really good. I remember when he used to like play Falco and like Captain Falcon and DDD. I could just like charge F smash and he'd find some way to put himself in front of it. And now he's playing Snake. He's playing good characters, and he's
Mhm.
doing really well with them too. He got a win off Galleon. I think not this past BTO, but the one before it, and he's
Mhm.
he's he's doing real well with it too.
And it's cool to see also somebody who plays the same character as you, and like,
Oh, no, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It makes me so happy. But then, like, he'll win a game of Snake, and then, like, he'll switch on to Bayonetta, which is, like, a, like, objectively worse character, and then he'll lose with Bayonetta. And, like, I don't know what's going on in his head. It's like, "Oh, I just won this game. Let me make this set harder for myself. Let me just
Andrew,
play a
this
worse
is an
character."
intervention. Please just play Snake, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
Andrew, and I know there is a very unfortunate set history between me and him because he'll be like destroying me most of the set, and then I cheese him like half of our sets. But I just play Snake.
And somebody else,
um,
it's funny to think about because Vencho actually, we see him as one of the best players in the state, but he has such an insane like knack of just adaptation and growing and learning between sets. I there was and I can point to a very, very, very sharp divide. Before that divide, I was beating him consistently, and after that divide, he was beating me consistently.
I mean,
Um,
we were talking about it last week, but he was eligible for the Arcadian last year.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I mean,
yeah,
and you were too. And but like the disparity between being eligible for the Arcadian and now he's like
Top
perennial
five.
top three in the
yeah.
state.
Top three.
that was
I
so
will
stupid,
say,
by the way, because you guys were as good as you are right now back then. You just didn't attend as much. Like, I was so mad at the Arcadian. Like, why are these people eligible? What are you
I
gonna
will
say, Teddy?
say, I will say, speaking of Vencho in the less than hyper consistent territory he is now, friend of the podcast, Leon Chen is 1-0 still in Terry Steve. I will never forget that. We'll never forget that. We love you, Vencho, by the way. Big fan, big fan.
Was
But
that on stream?
I don't believe so. I think it was like losers round 2 of West Town Brawl. So shout outs to Leon and shout outs to Vencho.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just some other people, up and coming. Not perhaps as meteoric as Vencho or Mario, but Teddy, I think you've been doing really well. I think you've been
Hmm.
really consistent with your stuff. Kit also, he should be
Yeah,
here, but he hates me.
Hmm.
He's not.
true.
He's been doing well. Ubergronk and Ninja Blue. I think the two Luigis have a lot of sauce behind them. PML is a name that most people probably haven't heard, but he's a Donkey Kong player, and he can be pretty scary when he wants. On the UW side, Amorgos has been playing exceptionally well these past few weeks. He's finally learned how to camp and use that big disjoint that he has. I didn't know what took him so long, but I guess it's just a shulk thing. And Waffle Mage as well on the Falco. I think both of those players are really um,
They're really
they're up
glowing
and
up.
comers. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
yeah,
really
and
glowing up.
yeah, they've
Oh
they've
yeah,
shown.
emphasis on those two, especially Waffle Mage. Like 'cause at the Arcadian, he had a great result. I think he
Really,
beat
really great run. Yeah.
MJMD, right?
Yeah, he beat MJMD to make it out of pools. I
Who,
think
if you guys don't know,
semi.
is a fantastic player himself. I mean, MJMD beat Mario at Cross Slasher.
Yeah.
Um, So like everyone is just so good, and like they can just beat each other, and that like always throws me off because I feel like coming from, I watched a lot of Melee growing up, and I would even at like the local scene or at the global scene, there are people where they are going to beat the person that they're seated against. It just goes that way. Like upsets are rare. Whereas in like Ultimate, especially the local scene, I don't know how every bracket's going to go. Like obviously we're going to get D-Money event show, whatever.
Winners quarters on stream, 30-minute set.
Every single time on stream.
Yeah, every single time. I think if you look it up, I think there's like it's in the triple digit results on YouTube search. But by the way, big shout out to you, Anna. You did put a loser set on stream recently when D-Money event show was up for grabs. I'm so unbelievably proud of you for that. So thank you. Anyway,
But,
sorry, I lost my train of thought. But
like to your point, Mazen, I feel like when all these people just like just the general population of your scene gets better, it just makes everyone so much better in general. Because like now I can't sleep against Untitled or Kit or like Amorgos. I actually have to like start burning mental calories when I play them, right?
I mean, if you're still playing this game, 6+ years after release, I feel like you're pretty committed to it.
That's a good point.
Like
Yeah.
I think the traditional O tour is kind of dead.
Yeah.
Ryan, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Dude, we're gonna get canceled.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I'd be seeing the fair one drag down combos that some like round one of.
Don't say a name. Don't say any names. Do not say a name.
Well, I was gonna say Sammy, not Sarcastic 69, but never mind.
It's not an O tour.
No, but I just need to throw some shade to my boy. I love that guy. I love that guy. Almost got to play me Hurt in doubles at Genesis, although tragically couldn't make the upset on their round one to be able to play the team. But yeah, no, like everybody plays really, really good. Everybody has got their bread and butters down at this point and is scary.
That's what made me really upset. Because I was good in Smash 4, and in Smash 4, like if you had a good advantage state, you were set. Like the neutral was just like running through someone and then pivot grabbing them, and that was like the extent. And now in this game, I'm gonna have to like empty hop, start like tomahawking, mixing it up with like it's all this stuff. And when I had to like start actually getting better, I got really mad because I was one of those people who was like, I was good in Smash 4, and then I took a long break for when Ultimate. When I came back, I was like, oh, surely I can just win, and I wasn't winning, and then I got really, really upset with that. But I mean, your point is right. Like 6 years in, like there is no more like just holding the A button unless you're playing a Roy, or Cloud.
Well, I mean, two of their moves are pretty similar. Roy and Cloud.
Oh my god! Shoutouts to Amorgos. I see what he was trying to go for there in the Wisconsin Smash Discord about Roy Jab and Cloud Bair / Shulk Fair being similar, but
Ubergronk, please throw up the screenshot of Amorgos saying
yes. Get the receipt.
On West Ham Brawl stream, D-Money Venture, time 800, 900, fucking whatever. But I do think, and this might be Madison bias, but I feel like West Town Brawl is the Wisconsin Smash stream. Like seems to me like the stream that every week people are there for to watch. And I think that's part of it is definitely because West Town Brawl gets like a lot of the state's top talent out to it. But also it just feels like the local that if they're gonna watch a local that week, they're gonna watch West Town Brawl.
Let me say, like the reason or like the fact that people are even able to be upset that D-Money event show is on stream show it's a compliment that like so many people are actually watching for West Town Brawl.
I know it feels good. Yeah, this is me and Andy's baby. So it's real nice to see that this level of success and this level of this attendance and popularity.
Yeah, like, I'll be in the stream chat. There's like Stiggy's in there, Ichigo's in there, Gray's in there.
Gray's in there. Whitewater Boys are in there.
So it's just like everyone comes together and watches it, and it's just a good feeling. Can I bring like a Wi-Fi extender to Pegasus and set up a side stream for you guys?
You can talk to the owner, Dennis, before making any hardware modifications. We do have the recording set up, so it's not streamed, right? And I know Phantasm does use the Wisconsin 2 Smash channel, so I wouldn't want to take that away from. I don't
Shout out
know.
to Phantasm.
Shout out to
No
Phantasm. I feel
Phantasm.
bad. Like I would love to go up and like play there, but unfortunately my Monday evenings are booked pretty solid.
Mario came out to one. There's a Phantasm that Mario came out to. But that was the Edgeguard Invitational Qualifier one, so that's probably why.
You just reminded me of when there was like I forget which Western, but I think it was the one that Eric though had just picked up Game & Watch for, and it was like Eric though and Oat are in top 8, and then there's like D-Money, and then there's like Vencho and Mario are playing Steve, and I like I just threw D-Money in there, but I remember I tweeted, I was like, does anyone want to play Smash at my place Mondays at 7 p.m.? Banger tweet. Anyways, we can kind of transition into the local recaps. That's what we do here. I don't know if you've watched an episode of us, Anna, but this is your opportunity.
I'm a fan. Yeah.
Speaking of local recaps, I think maybe time we get one of the best performers of last week.
Definitely. I think West Town Brawl this past week was crazy. Quick other recap, Between Two Lakes, number 69, was a great tournament to relax at after King Me. We were recording last week's episode on that day, but I showed up afterwards and I saw the results. Congratulations to Vencho, and Kilogram Hours actually came up for that one. And Anna, you yourself got 4th at that tournament, beating Amorgos and Kaysen.
Yeah, Amorgos felt kind of bad. I feel like I've been playing him a lot, but getting the case was really nice. I haven't gotten a win on him in quite some time.
Auntie still got it.
It's a bit of a Mickey Mouse win because I know he has not touched a game that isn't Rivals 2 for like the past like fiscal quarter. I think he tried to like wave dash once, so he just like air dodged into like my up there. It's like okay, okay, this is the step for me.
Whenever I try to play Ultimate these days, I try to wave dash all the time.
Someone, can you put up the "How can I make this about me" meme and put it over Ryan's face?
It was brought up.
Another good result this week was Pack Smash and Fatalis on the solo cloud at Warhawk Weekly.
That was a hot set. We got a great pop up after that. That was a hot set.
Yeah, I shout out to Gavin and to Logan. They're both great players, and they both farm Whitewater locals, so that's always good for them. And then the person that Teddy said was not an impressive win, and
oh my god,
the day after he lost to Amorgos at UW Smash Club Ladder.
Hey, we traded sets. I traded sets with Waffle Mage and Amorgos. Traded sets with Waffle Mage and Amorgos at that event. They lock in top cut. I lock in the ladder. They lock in top cut.
He said bad loss. Bad loss.
Oh my god. It's a shame too, because I can't believe I'm beefing with my homeboy like this, because he's my goat. I love how Amorgos plays. I love his mind for the game, and now I'm out here in the Wisconsin Smash Discord, being like, you cannot be telling me that Roy Jab is the same as Cloud Bear.
I'll never forget it. Like Amorgos, I have like a fake beef with him, right? And he thought I was the hater and Teddy was the nice one, and I was telling him, just wait, you'll see Teddy's the real hater, and all my haterness is just a persona. I'm so loving on the inside. Wait till you see Teddy's inner rage, and now he's seen it.
I will say, so we were playing I think it was Iowa, and they have this like crazy Wi-Fi PR link, and so everyone was we were getting freed up. I think we collectively took one stock versus their link. It was not great. But anyway, I hit the guy with their player with the. It was not good. I mean, It's tough. I hit him with the charge, flare blade at ledge, shield setup because no lag on that move, and people neutral get up, and I just drop shield side B, and I said out loud, which probably revealed a little too much of how I think during bracket. Oh, you're so fucking dead for that, and everyone laughed, and I was like, oh man, they know what I'm thinking now. They know the internal monologue.
When you let your internal monologue on, you actually sound crazy. Like, and I'm throwing the word crazy out there to like with meaning. Like you sound like if you dedicated this like section of your mind to like curing cancer, like you would do it. Anyways, another local, which is again I think totally went under the radar, is Thursday Throwdown with Skyward Hero winning after winning Kigme, which is just crazy. Like I have no words for how impressive that guy is. Shout out to Astigmatism. Actually, maybe I should not shout out Astigmatism because he went full Zelda. But he got second. And Sophist as well, getting fifth, along with XO hashtag 9382, traveling down to Milwaukee, getting a free bracket, playing Yabo and Inky Rain.
Hey, Yabo's good. Yabo's good. Okay, true. Plus three. No, yeah.
No, not at all saying Yabo's bad or that Inky Rain's bad. I'm saying you got a +3 bracket as Lucina, and then went on there to gloat on Twitter about how you're the GOAT. Listen, XO, you had a free bracket. Let's not be too excited. But congratulations to you on 5th place. And there is a bit of a storyline that goes along with that we want to cover in terms of this past week's West Town Brawl, and a friend of the show, Ubergronk, who went on a bit of a tear at West Town Brawl himself. He has a bit of a storyline with XO for this week, so we want to get him on here. Welcome to the show, Ubergronk. Welcome back.
Hello, happy to be here.
Hey, Ubergronk.
Hello.
We got Ubergronk on our same episode. Here we go. Got your camera going.
Yeah. So I think that the context for this, before we get into the exceptional, the best set of the week. If you weren't there, you don't know, but best set of the week, is the fallout of XO's performance. He had a great performance at King. Like I don't know, like he played pretty well. I know that maybe he wasn't happy with the losses to Envy, the losses to not sure who he lost to in winners, but he had a very solid performance. Taking game off Pack Smash, who would go on to get 5th. Very strong performance. But he was. I remember I was playing friendlies with him afterwards. He was in the sunken place. He was like, I'm ass at this game now. Like everyone's just getting better than me. Like I just like I don't got it anymore. So he came in with a lot to prove at the next week's locals after that.
Let's do a quick bracket overview. I have it pulled up right here. But basically, this was a bit of an impressive West Town Brawl because it was, first of all, hosting a lot of EW Madison players. Shout out to Waffle Mage, to sorry guys, I can't even read it, but Amorgos, and Ankit, the GOAT.
Agnes as well.
Agnes, a great EW Madison player. Yep.
Love their UW Madison results.
But anyways, XO comes back for his return to form. He plays Agnes, round 2, playing the Sonic. Gets the win, 2-1 on Agnes' secondary. Pops off. He goes crazy. Loses to Ventia. Yeah, we're just ignore this section of the bracket. In terms of other storylines, Kit went on a great run. This was a super close set against Ma. He almost closed it out, but sadly got Jared. And then lost to the Sonic right after, which was sad. Black Tiger got upset, but we're used to that. There is something that's standing out here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if friend of the show Ubergronk can see it, but something's looking a little unique about this run, and that is Ubergronk, who lost round 2. By the way, almost winning the set. Getting counterpicked.
Actual inches.
Millimeters. And then going on a 1, 2, 3, 4 set losers run, including beating his brother, his blood sibling, Ninja Blue, and the most tragic win I've had to witness. And then here's the big storyline right here. Causing a crash out on Twitter, which
Generational crash out.
this is something that it is a win that like the type of win that I know everyone feels both guilty and really good to get is when you like win and you make someone retire. You know what I mean? Like you win, you're not thinking much of it. Like, maybe you saw them rage a little bit. Okay, whatever. And you go on Twitter later that night and they're just in despair. Like, I'm quitting the game, blah, blah, blah. So, tell us about your run, first of all, Ubergronk. Obviously focusing on this set for drama points.
Okay, so I was honestly debating on whether or not I should even come to West Town Brawl that week, because I also had to finish up a paper for my English class. And I thought, you know what? What's the absolute worst that could happen if I went to West Town Brawl on this specific night? I delivered in spades. My round one was against, I believe it was Karlov. He is a new player in the scene. And he's a really nice guy. He played PT and Samus against me. Although of all of the people to have for your round one at your first tournament, I feel like I'm probably on a list of like 10 players to never have for your first opponent ever.
Banned.
But he
tell
was
us,
super chill.
so your cadence set, you said how did that ending of that feel, and then kind of get us as well, to that XO set. I know you played Ninja Blue as well, but
we all know how those sets go. So when I've played against Caden a lot these past couple months. He has been helping out over at MATC as of last September. So I've been playing against him on and off for the past like 4 or 5 months or so by now. But he usually doesn't play Wolf or Cloud against me in friendlies. It's always just, I'm going to spin a wheel and pick between one of like 70 characters. So I don't get the chance to play against his Wolf, and especially not his Cloud. But he started Wolf, and we were kind of just trading hit for hit. I think it was last stock first game. I hit like Nair, up air, back air, and that sent him towards like the left ledge on PS2. And I thought last time he picked a defensive option, and just went straight to ledge. So I thought he might try and jump in aggressively this time. So I wanted to throw a fireball at him. And then he just died because it was a misinput misfire instead, which is sick.
Foreshadowing, by the way, for
True.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Subtle foreshadowing.
Script writers.
So then he switched to Cloud, 3-stocked me, and then game 3, it was kind of the same thing. We were trading blow for blow. I need to do a better job of respecting Cloud when he has limit, because I kind of just held forward last stock and I died to limit climb hazard. My fault, but I still played.
You should play against
really,
Teddy's
really well.
Cloud, who doesn't know when to charge limit. But sorry. So then the storyline set happens after you destroy your brother. What was going through your head? Like, get the people in context with what what happened.
Okay, so right after my set with Ninja Blue, I looked at the bracket, so I had to play against XO. At this point, I had only played against XO one other time. And that was at one of the Wolfpack Mashers events at MATC. And that was during the voting season for Summit 1. And Envy hit one of his incentives, in which I was required to win a set on Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and I was just messing around. I was playing Lucario against him. I got 3-stocked twice. It sucked. And then after I saw his run at King Me, he was doing pretty well. So I was not super confident going into that set. But then Anna walks up to me before the set starts and says, and I quote, if you make XO visibly angry during your set with him, I will give you free venue for a month. And I delivered. I delivered hard. In that set, literally everything that could have gone right did. Every single time he went off stage to edgeguard me, like every time I recovered high, misfire, back to center stage. Every time I recovered low, he would go for counter, and he would counter the up B instead of the side B, which does not work. Luigi's up B has intangibility, so if you try to counter it, he just goes right through it and nothing happens. He died to like 2 misfires during the set. He kept trying to mash up B out of my combos because it's frame 1 invincible, and I shit you not, down throw, wave landed just right back onto the stage, and he up Bs and looks like a fool. And then the last game, I think I got, what was it, 4 misfires in a row, which the last one just outright killed him. He jumped out of his chair and knocked the switch over and out of the dock, and he was livid. It was awesome. Like, I'm giggling my ass off, and Anna just looks back over to me from the TO desk and says, "Did you beat him 2-0?" And I just nodded my head.
And the results of this, let me pull up, are just some generational crashouts on the timeline.
Oh, yes.
I log on
It's a
and I'm
Discord
like,
changing the profile pic level of
let me pull this up. This is the first one I saw. It was his stick is all caps, as we know.
Yeah.
So I read this and I'm like, okay, well, what is this? And I scroll down. Are you talking about Luigi misfires? Don't want to talk about it right now. Follows it up with just what I thought was a stray to Anna, but Mewtwo King tweeting, if you're a TO and you speak down to me unnecessarily, I might avoid events. Exactly how I feel about Whack Tiger at West Ham Brawl. And then this low key a banger.
yes,
TOs decide who gets banned. What do I do if I want to TO them self-banned? Parentheses for clarification from their own event.
He just doesn't like Andy. He just doesn't want Andy to be there. I don't know what his beef is with it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I made a small tweet myself. I just posted the set and said, like, this is the best ultimate I've ever played, and if you weren't there, you wouldn't know it. And he replied he made like 3 separate replies on that tweet.
Let's see if I can find it.
Oh man. I know like 89, 80, maybe 80% of this is a bit, but it's very, very, very,
He maintains
funny.
PFAB so well. It's so funny.
It is
This is
really...
actually the best I played in my life. I'm losing it. My family's scared. Can we get 4 misfires in a row, chat? XD. That's crazy.
That's a hero. Just a hero.
I've never been happier to be a fucking supervillain in my life.
I can't lie. I am fully on his side.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
That is comedy. But I mean, the good thing is you did not make him retire. He went to Thursday Throwdown right after and got the freest bracket of his life to bounce back, which, by the way, I think God gave that to him so he could like feel good.
Yeah, a little bit of karmic justice.
But yeah, that was certainly something. Not to turn us into a drama podcast, but
No.
I think that was definitely like just a beautiful thing. Because I think by the way, the most generational comeback from that, when I was like talking in the group chat, I saw this tweet, I just was laughing so hard. Was I think Agnes tweeted like, "Oh, I'm sick this morning. Sorry to West Umbrella people." He replies all caps as usual. "You played Sonic, you might have got me sick. You can't make this up. I don't care if you have COVID. I just want to see that Sephiroth on site." And then Agnes says, "Why you always crashing out, bruh?" And then Caden replies, "I hope he leaves again." In terms of referencing EXO leaving.
I love EXO. I hope he stays. He's so funny.
And then EXO replies at Vencho in reply to Caden's tweet, "Plank against Ma immediately." Referencing Caden's whole thing about planking. That was genuinely the best tweet I think I've ever seen. Like, EXO, we need more of you. I need you to stay evil, and I need you to keep doing this.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very funny. Very, very, very funny.
Because I think we all have an EXO in us. Like,
absolutely, absolutely. Some of us hide it better than others, but
that might be my fault. Sorry about that.
Also, pick up the phone. I keep trying to send you the Roy notes. He refuses. This is a direct message.
Man, I feel bad for him because, well, actually, I don't feel bad for him, but because I'm the person who does this to people when they pick up a secondary and everyone calls it Krusty. Referencing all of Ryan's secondaries, actually, and Teddy's low key. Y'all cannot play other characters.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. My Cloud has 100% win rate at last ladder I went to.
But he, poor guy, just can't catch a win sometimes. He's just...
Hey, I was the only person to beat Untitled in the tertiary bracket. Just saying.
The tertiary bracket where you guys played characters that you've played more than your mains.
Yeah, Joker versus DDD. Like, you come on.
Like,
and then my Roy went a little bonkers after that. I don't know.
Can we go in a circle and talk about our respective EXO moments? Like, that comes to mind. Teddy, I know you probably have like a trillion, but
yeah, sure. You want to start with Anna or?
I have a lot of EXO moments. So for the record, he's never beaten me. He's never beaten me before. He's come damn close.
had to add that in there, by the way.
And I feel like every time he has a lead against me, he always dies in the stupidest way possible. I remember once I was recovering a snake, right? And my Cypher hit him into a grenade, which comboed into back air off ledge. He was livid. But the moment that stands out, the moment that stands out to me the most was at a it was at a Timber Tuesdays. Me and him were both there. We were playing for like losers, like we were playing for like fifth or something. I forget exactly. But he wins, right? He wins the he goes up on me 2-1, right? And so like, oh, okay, whatever. He got the win. Good for you. Because like he's a good player. He's genuinely a good player. He's just, his mental's a little unoptimal at times. So I go up to report and I tell Aaron Baskin, it's like, oh, he won 2-1. He looks at me. Aaron Baskin looks at me. He's like, that's a best of 5. And I turn around with the biggest shit-eating grin on my face. I look at it, it's like, sit right that down, boy. Sit right back down. And I proceed to 2-0 him, and game 5 was like the last hit ever, like, of all time, and I hit him with the most egregious snake up tilt of my life. He was inconsolable for like a month after that. It was incredible.
I remember that was when he turned into evil EXO.
I might have caused him to go through his anime villain arc. And Connor, I want to say, he's back. I wanted to be the first person to make him crash out, but if it couldn't be me, I am so glad it was you. I'm so glad it was you.
Because he tweeted this after that Timber Tuesdays loss.
Oh, you have it pulled up.
His bookmark. That's such a good Twitter, bro. It's such a good Twitter. I mean, I have to recognize game. Like, it's such a good Twitter.
It's so good. And what's funny is like when I said EXO moment, I wasn't even saying like, what moment do you have with EXO? But I'm so happy you brought that up because I remember there's the picture of that Timber Tuesdays moment where he's just looking at you, like in like. Or there's a video actually, right? I'm pretty sure there's a video.
Maybe Derek recorded it.
Yeah, Derek was recording because Derek loves his WWE drama.
Dude, that reminds me. Peels recorded the post-match breakdown that EXO had. I'm gonna ask him to if I can get a hold of him, I'm gonna ask him to send that to me, and I will supplement
No
the video
way,
with it.
we're gonna add it into the pod.
Yes.
Insane.
That'll be our cold open.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Anyways, if we're gonna talk about, well, yeah. So what I was referencing is an XO moment for me is just crashing out.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I remember,
my own personal XO.
no, but I'm glad you brought that up because that's a generational moment. But my personal crash out, there's a couple that come to mind, but the one that really stands out to me has to do with this disgusting gentleman to my right, who just did something so horrific to me that I'll never recover from.
Oh, okay.
Was
The
this
thing
the
that
Nair
you-
Nair up B at B2L? I still remember that.
I have no words for how horrific this moment, like, it's etched in my mind. Let me pull it up.
God, he's got the receipts.
Get prepared.
Yeah,
I'm
but,
winning.
Look,
I'm
wait.
winning this whole game.
What is he F smashing? What is he F smashing?
I'm reading an option because you were gonna neutral got the whole game, and then you just jumped.
Okay, and then also, why is he bringing down shield? Why are you dropping shield there?
This made me a villain. Like, I know I'm seen as a hater often. It's because
'cause
of this moment.
Yeah.
I was also so crazy because the one time you die at 45, you remember it for the rest of your life. How many times does Mario kill 45? How many times
You
did you
deserve
kill
it.
me at 45?
You deserve it. You deserve it. I can't kill you at 45 because you have a frame one switched, making you invincible to another character.
You're saying Mario has no true kills at 45?
No, nothing. There's nothing. There's not,
Don't
and no
believe
one
it.
checked that. No one checked that. But yeah, I don't think we have time for everyone's crash out, so we can leave it at that crash out. But the theme of today, I'd say, crashing out's good. Like, give us some entertainment, guys. Like, it's so fun. And obviously, don't slam the table. I hate when people slam the table, and I'm sure you do too, Anna. It's just like, I don't like table slams, but when you table slam the Twitter feed, that goes crazy.
It's
Anyways.
the Yowie Jesus / fat sandwich. Fuck controller slam the whole venue, and it's the Marvel 3 or what Marvel 2 character select screen with everyone looking left. A good tweet.
Any last shout outs you have, Anna? Thank you so much for coming on.
No, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be playing Smash. I'm actually coming up on my 10-year anniversary of my first Smash 4 bracket next month, March 21st. So yeah, I've been playing this game a long time, and I'm really glad that I still have the opportunity to do so, and not only do that to, give back to the community in some meaningful way. So yeah, just glad to be here. Glad to have everybody who comes out glad to just make all these friends playing this game that I really, 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 really love.
Oh, well, that's so wholesome to end off a great episode. And we're always grateful to have you and West Down Brawl in the world. I know that, it's hard to stay so consistent, but you do it, and the scene wouldn't be the same without you. And I guess Pack Smash when he covers in, but whatever.
And especially shout out to Andy.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't interact with the people as much as I do, but he really does put in as much or if not more work than I do. And so if he was not here, we would not have what we have.
Huge shout out, Andy. If I'm like at Invincible and I need someone to run a pool because randomly like something like I don't have enough like pool captains or something, I'm like, hey Andy, and he's like, yep, I got you. I'll run 2 pools. He's like
he's beyond phenomenal.
he's willing to do anything.
Yeah, he's just a nice guy, man. He's the best. But yeah, serious thank you to both of you. We're all super grateful, and with that, thank you so much for hopping on. See you guys next week, where we're gonna have another banger episode for you guys. Hopefully, Kit will be back because he just hates Black Tiger, so he didn't want to be here.
Clearly.
Yeah.
He can't stand me.
Unfortunate.
But thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Please
Hit that bell.
Please.
hit the bell because we are now going to be consistently uploading. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
as long as we're not super tired after a big event. But anyways, thank you guys. See you later.
See you guys.
Thanks for having me.